We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
It's Emma.
It's Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast. And we're excited to have the show for you guys today.
We are. We have a guest today.
We do. We have Selena Guerra.
Hey guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Very excited to have you. She is a pure bar ambassador for Dallas.
Barre.
You're already starting? We're not even like 2 minutes in and you're already starting?
I'm just trying to correct.
You're already starting?
I'm just trying to correct.
It is bar.
It's
okay.
bar, but
Bar.
it's okay.
We'll discuss
Thank you.
this. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. That's it.
Oh.
You like sidetracked it.
Well, keep going.
Well, I don't know where I'm supposed to go from this.
Well, she's from Dallas. She went to TCU. She, Emma, are we going to fight right now?
Oh, yeah, we're always going to fight. I was ready to fight from the moment I came in with you.
She has a great story, too.
Yes, and I can't wait to hear it.
Dating
She gave us an appetizer.
And then life
The
story.
appetizer was really good.
What was the appetizer?
The appetizer story that she gave us before we started recording.
The audience does not know about that. Oh my
Right.
gosh.
But I'm just saying, like, the real entree is going to be good.
Okay.
Because the appetizer was very, like, tasteful and
Yes.
delightful.
Yeah.
Lots of stories.
Yeah, so everyone knows how we record here. We the guests come over, we drink wine, we eat a couple of things, cheese and meat, and then we kind of talk to our guests first, just to like get to know each other. And then Selena dropped a really good story.
Yes.
That I think everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
Every woman can relate to.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
And at least, like, every, like, partner in, like, a relationship that, like, you don't know, like, that's, like, budding, like, dating, like, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and you're just like, is this going to be a relationship? And then you're like, oh, crap. Okay.
I guess it's not.
I guess it's not, yeah.
I know that it's about boundaries and expectations. Come on, I've been to too many therapy sessions to not know what's going on.
You're an expert now?
I am an expert.
Oh, okay.
Proclaimed expert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Beautiful.
let's go. What's next?
Okay.
Wait, we're talking
What?
about fitness today.
Oh, yeah, we are talking about fitness today.
So we skipped one, and then what did we talk about
We
last
skipped,
time?
like, 3.
Okay, but then Selena's here for fitness
Yes.
and dating.
Yes.
Okay.
Just all the things.
All the things.
Oh yeah.
I do it all, guys.
Oh my gosh. She'll tell us how to do everything.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I know.
We will learn from her.
So much.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. All right. So I have like 3 things I want to talk about. And I think I want to start with kind of like, okay, let me just start it. So apparently Eddie Murphy and Whitney Houston were like dating. So it's alleged that they were dating.
Like a long
it was
time
like
ago?
rumored. Yeah,
When they
like
were,
in the
like,
in the like the 80s, like the late 80s, early 90s. So it was like rumored that they were dating, and so I was like Googling it, like Eddie Murphy and Whitney Houston, and so like everyone just said like it was just rumored that they were dating. So nobody really like confirmed it, except for like Clive Davis. So, but it's still a rumor. It's a thing. But apparently Clive Davis said that Whitney Houston allegedly dated Eddie Murphy until she married Bobby Brown in 1992. So, gets to the juicy part. So, because apparently there's a new book out written by Whitney Houston's best friend, And she shares a story about how one night, like, Eddie Murphy was supposed to come over to her house, and she got like all dressed up and was like cooking him dinner, and then he never showed up because, you know, he's like the worst. He's, you know, he's kind of like, whatever. Anyways, so because let's just talk about my girl Mel B. Okay, he did her wrong.
Wait,
he did her wrong.
So Selena, if you're waiting for a man to come over and you cook the dinner, and he did not show, how would you feel about that?
I would never talk to him again.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably block him. Everything. I'd pretend it never happened, and I would just be like, okay, that's it.
I would do the same thing if I was cooking for a woman too. I'd be like, hey,
I get it. You're not interested.
Yeah, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, like, she was like super devastated, except that the morning of her July 18, 1992 wedding to Bobby Brown, because they have the date, Eddie Murphy called Whitney Houston to tell her that she was making a mistake marrying Bobby Brown.
Oh
and then
gosh.
Whitney was still like, I'm still going to marry him.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Jeez.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
That's like a story from the archives. That's so
It
interesting.
is.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I never even knew. Well, I wasn't like born around when all this was happening either. So it's kind of interesting to go back and be like,
It's
oh,
like brand
this
new.
was happening in 1985. Like, I wasn't even an idea in 1985.
Ew. Just thinking about that
Good.
and how Emma became
Yeah, good.
a twin. She
I
was a
can't. Yeah, I'm
she
glad
was
I'm
a
grossing
twinkle.
you out right
She
now.
was a
That's what you
twinkle
get. Yep.
in the universe,
Yep.
and she was.
How old were you by then? Like 30?
I was like 35.
That's what I thought. I figured.
Focus.
Okay.
Right?
So, anyways, and apparently Whitney Houston was also in like a relationship with her best friend, but Whitney Houston was like, we can't be friends because like Whitney Houston was like, my mom's like a gospel singer, like I'm a Christian. I can't be a lesbian with you. And I'm just like, ooh. What would, like, and so then I started thinking, I'm like, how would Whitney Houston's life be affected had she stayed in this relationship with this friend instead of going with like Bobby Brown?
She probably would have been better because she probably did coke because of Bobby Brown.
Oh, Bobby Brown.
Oh my god. Yeah. So
He's still alive, right?
He's alive.
He's
yes.
still alive,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that man.
Oh, that man.
I don't know how
Like,
else
is that
to
a
say
sexy thing? or is
No, it is not a sexy thing.
that- I thought you
No.
wanted to put your shirt back on, Emma. Come
Nope,
on.
my shirt has been on. I have like a turtleneck on. No, never, not
Okay.
now, not ever.
Emma likes to get sexual, Selena, so just watch out. Watch out.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, what's next?
Okay, so Jenny Slate. Do you guys know who Jenny Slate is?
No. Who is that?
Are you serious?
Selena, who is that?
I honestly have no idea. Tell me.
Okay, so Jenny Slate was, she is kind of most known for Parks and Rec, for being John Ralphio's sister, Mona Lisa.
Okay.
Nope, not Parks and Rec. Okay.
No?
She is also the voice of, oh man, I can't think right now because all I can think about is Tina, but I know that's not her. What are the characters of Bob's Burgers? And it's not Tina. I can't think of the character she plays. Anyway, so she's a comedian. She's really funny. And so she recently got engaged, and so she was talking about like the story about her engagement.
Yeah.
So apparently she was like in France, and her and her now fiance, they were like in France, and they came up this abandoned castle.
Yeah.
And so they get up to the castle and they push the gate, and of course like the gates open. So they're walking around the castle and they find this like elderly group of people like enjoying a picnic, and so they also had a picnic. So then they decide to like also like start eating on the grounds, right? So she says, she's like, I had chosen many of the groceries for the picnic, which means that it was just like all salami. She's like, because I love a sausage. So apparently,
Say that again? What?
Nope. So she's like, the sun is setting, he's holding my hand, he's singing, you know, these beautiful things to me, and all of a sudden he's like, Jenny, you mean so much to me, I love you so much. And she's thinking that he's about to propose to me, like I can feel it coming, except that she like had stuffed her face with salami. And so she's like having like this like moment of freaking out where she's like, I have to calm myself down. And so of course like he asked her like, will you be my wife? And in that moment she was like, yes, or whatever.
Ooh.
She's like, I have somehow nervously stuffed like all of the sausage in my mouth, and she's like, and I'm like, bleh. So like she like takes out the sausage, and some of it is like dangling by a string, but she's like, yeah, I'll be your wife. And I'm like, that's an interesting engagement story.
That's a nice engagement story. It's at a castle, right?
It's at a castle in Paris, maybe in France. I don't know where in France.
So Selena, if someone proposed to you in a castle in France, jeez,
I'd say yes.
Come on.
Oh, for sure.
But can you make sure I don't have like sausage or salami in my mouth? You know what I mean?
Well, you love sausage, obviously.
Shut up.
First of all, she said that. She just said that.
I was quoting her, you idiot.
This is the facts.
Like, you know, just don't make sure I don't have anything that I'm like, I can like choke on, or like crackers, you know?
Yeah.
Like, make sure my hands don't smell like salami.
Yeah.
First of all.
Your face is greasy with like salami
let's
grease.
not.
And the photographer comes out and takes pictures
Yeah.
Oh, God.
of salami in your hair.
That'd be so embarrassing. I was like, a little embarrassed reading the story, but good for her for like taking it in stride.
It's a little
Yeah,
cute. I think it's a funny story.
I think it suits her personality. If you know who she is, I think it suits her.
We do not know who she
Well,
is,
then you
first
guys
of
don't
all.
know that it's
But
her.
second, it's a great story.
It is.
Love story.
Okay. So Emma Watson recently said something interesting, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. So I'll let y'all discuss it. So in this interview, she said that she's single, except that she's calling it being self-partnered.
What the fuck is that?
Self-partnered.
That's not even a real thing. So Emma, we're dating, but we're self-partnered.
Yeah.
No, we're not even dating. It's just called
Somebody
self-partnered.
compared it to like the conscious uncoupling thing that like Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin did a few like years ago.
What is it called again? I can't even remember that. What is it called?
Conscious
Self-partnered.
uncoupling.
No, the other one.
Self-partnered.
Self-partnered.
Yeah,
It
self-partnered.
means like, it sounds like I want to be single. That's what it sounds like. Right?
That is, I have no words.
I don't know how I feel about it either, right? Like it's kind of like you're just kind of like you're
what?
kind of dumb. That's kind of stupid.
Self-partnered.
And at the same time, you're like, oh, that could kind of be genius.
Repeating it because I'm just like, why would you say that to anybody? That's interesting.
She said that she is dating, like not one specific person. She is going on dates.
Self-partnered though.
Self-partnered though. She also added, she's like, I never believed the whole I'm happy single spiel. I was like, this is totally a spiel. It took me a long time, but I'm very happy. I call it being self-partnered.
Great.
So I know.
well, good for
still
her.
don't know how I feel
let's,
about it.
Let's be happy for her. you
Yeah,
know?
I agree.
And she made a very good point that it's like everybody makes a big deal about turning 30, right? Because she is 29, and she's like, and all of a sudden she's like, I feel so stressed and anxious. And then I realized that it's because there's so many like subliminal messages around. And I am like, yes, because if you're like not married by the time that you're 30, it's sort of, as a woman, sort of like you're failing in life. And it's like, why can't I just be
Married.
Why can't I be put on a pedestal for like pursuing my dreams instead of like following what society thinks I need to do?
Sure.
I can't wait till
agree.
we turn 30. That'll be so great.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Can't
I'll
wait.
have another like third decade crisis. I'll do it.
What did you say?
I had a crisis when I turned 30.
What
This is why I
happened?
couldn't be in the country. I had to go on a trip.
Is that why you went to like wherever you went? Like
It's why I went on a
Brazil or
cruise.
something?
No, I went
Oh,
on a cruise on purpose
Oh my god.
to avoid being
But
here.
it's okay. Being 30 is the new 20, right?
This is true.
It is true.
It's actually very true.
Emma
It is
looks like
very
she's
true.
21. She looks
I
21.
get carded all the time, and
Yeah.
today I was at Trader Joe's and they carded me, and I was like, I love being carded.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh boy.
So yeah. So what was funny? It was that I'm part of like these groups on Facebook, and of course, like this is where I
Singles
saw it. Single groups.
Spot on.
Yeah. And so they were talking about this, and the discussion was really cracking me up. And I'm not going to share what I thought while reading it, but I will just say it was not very nice.
Well, shared
I
what?
just don't
Say-
like it. I don't know. I don't like this. I think it's weird. I think it's weird to call yourself self-partnered.
Oh, self-partnered.
I don't,
Oh.
but I also don't like being called single. You know what I mean? Like I just am. Like, meh,
You gotta embrace it.
meh,
Yeah, right?
meh.
So, Yeah.
Would you describe yourself as being self-partnered if you were single, Selena?
Definitely not. I would rather just say I'm single.
Yeah, that's so much straightforward,
But-
and it's so confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
'Cause
the
what does
moment
it
you
mean?
said that statement, I was like, what does that mean? Like I had to
Right.
keep repeating it.
Right.
So it's very confusing, but sure.
Like you're partnered with yourself, and it's like, well, you're kind of like, you're stuck with yourself because you're you.
Yeah.
I think of a guy in his basement playing video games. Self-partner. Like,
Self-partner.
I feel like only Emma Watson and Gwyneth Paltrow like can get away with saying like self-partnered and conscious uncoupling, you know? But then nobody really buys into it. Like everybody is going to make fun of them for it.
Yeah.
But like, because if we were to say like, if we were to coin that term, like it'd be really weird. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I don't know where to go from there.
I know. Yeah, that's all I got. Because I was like, it's a discussion. I told y'all. So I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to be a trend.
It
Like
is.
In the dating app, it's
And
going
I
to say
swear,
self-partnered.
the moment that I see it on a freaking dating app, I'm like, gonna match with them, just be like, you're stupid, and then unmatch.
I saw Emma on Hinge yesterday.
Did you really?
Did you really?
Ah, fuck.
I said, block.
I didn't tell you on purpose.
You must have been driving around my area. Oh my gosh. And I was like, who's this?
No, I wasn't.
Emma. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Emma again.
I'm in the burbs this week, dude.
This is the second time this happened. Whenever we did a show about a year ago,
Oh,
we had a guest. We had a guest.
guest.
And we were swiping on her profile, and of course I'm single. And she came up, and this was like live when we were recording, and it was like a big deal.
That is so funny.
It's crazy. So yeah,
Interesting.
I have some questions for you guys. I have one question for you guys
Okay.
about
Yes.
dating. I'm gonna make this one quick, which I always do. Here we go. So in this segment, I ask you two, Selena and Emma, a question about dating, and you guys just tell me what you think. Any recommendations, any tips, or if you don't agree or disagree, whatever. But here we go. First one. I asked a guy out, got turned down, and I've never felt better. The title says it all. It was the first time asking a guy out, and it was awesome. He thanked me, but said he just started seeing someone a few weeks ago, and we kept chatting. I just needed to share my mini success at putting myself out there after giving up on online dating, which really sucks. My only question is there a right or wrong way to ask a man out on a date? Selena, go. What do you think?
Is there any right or wrong way?
Yes.
There is a right way. My first suggestion is don't be aggressive. I feel like guys like a chase, so just be super chill with like your hey, we should grab a drink sometime, or super casual. Don't be aggressive. I feel like if you are aggressive, they're not going to be interested.
What do you mean by aggressive? Just curious.
Like planning a whole day with them, saying
Ooh.
like,
Oh.
hey, we should get dinner and then we should grab drinks. Like, no, just say one thing, like don't be, that's what I mean by aggressive.
Okay.
So just make it super casual.
Gotcha.
So with guys, you have to be super chill, like, because I feel like they're gonna think, oh, she definitely wants me.
She wants to have my babies.
Yeah, so they like a chase.
No.
So be chill.
Emma, what do you say?
Well, as a few people, including yourself, have told me not to do it. And whenever I do it, it doesn't work well. I say, no, do it.
But okay, let's say you are going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, how would you do it?
I don't know.
All right, Selena, ask me on a date. Go. We're sitting at a restaurant. We're like friends.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to play something. Let's see. Okay. We're at a coffee shop.
Oh, this is nice.
So, hey, how's it going, Selena?
Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
good. So, did you hear about Emma? Emma is on Hinge now.
I
Oh my
hate
gosh.
you.
It's so crazy. Like,
So
I saw all her
much.
photos.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I
Everyone's
didn't pick
on
them
Hinge,
out.
though. Are
Yeah.
you on Hinge?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
nice. I'll have to look at your profile.
You'll have to look at my questions.
Yeah, that's important. Those questions are very important.
Okay. Come on, continue.
Yeah, so what do you do on the weekend? What do you do for fun?
I go to Barry's and work out.
Oh, that's cool.
I just
That's
bought a
good fun.
Peloton,
That's awesome.
and I do that too. and I watch movies.
Nice.
Okay.
Porn
Have you
movies.
been to Ruins in Deep Ellum?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh my gosh, we should totally go there and grab a drink sometime. They're great. They
Oh,
have
yeah?
awesome food, really good cocktails.
Okay. So are
It's
you
awesome.
paying or am I paying?
And then that's where I walk away.
That was a failure. So I guess the guy also has to reciprocate too. You can't you gotta let it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was good. That was good. She should be like a teacher on how to
Yeah.
ask guys out.
For sure.
Because
Stop.
that was so good. That was so good.
And she it was very
Play by play.
just
Come on.
snuck in.
Yeah.
You didn't know when it was going to happen, and then
Yeah.
it happened, and it just
Oh, I like that.
and then it was it was good. She went in for the kill.
Yeah.
Great.
But you didn't know she was going in
I didn't
for
know
it.
where you were going. You were
Exactly,
talking, and
yeah.
I thought you kind of just gave up because Emmy just gives up whenever we do this.
I do.
I'm
I
like,
give
Emma,
up.
we need to show the audience how to do these things. And
After
she's
like 4 exchanges of conversation, I'm done.
Okay. But what Selena did is we had like a little, conversation back and forth, and then
Yeah,
she kind of
keep it
eased
simple.
it in.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and that's how I recommend guys to do it too. Like, don't when you ask a girl out, just don't say, "Hey, let's hang out." You gotta really kind of warm it up a little bit, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Ease
Okay.
into it.
So that was easy.
Yeah.
One more question. This is an easy one. While I think women initially set the pace in terms of deciding when sex enters a relationship, men seem to set the pace in terms of emotional connection. I feel like if I'm the first one to say, I love you, instead of the man, it's all going to go downhill,
Got it.
right? Because we get scared, I guess. If I take too much of an initiative in calling or planning dates, then it's all going downhill as well. I feel like the man is at the mercy of a woman for when she's ready to become sexual, but generally the man is the one who decides or dictates the emotional depth. Does anyone agree or disagree with this?
I agree with that.
Why?
Because I do think that women, I think men wait on women to kind of pick when they're going to start having sex. And I've had this conversation with so many of my girlfriends where it's
men
like,
pick when or
no, I'm
women?
sorry, women pick
Okay.
when she'll start having sex with a man.
True.
You know? And then I feel like then we'll wait for men to say I love you before we say it because we're worried about what their reaction is going to be. Because of that, because we don't want to scare them.
So the guy should say I love you first.
I'm not saying the guy should say I love you first. I'm saying that typically women wait for him to say it first.
Mm-hmm. Why? What's wrong with it's just the rejection?
The rejection and what happens if everything's going well and all of a sudden this dude's like, oh my gosh, you said I love you. That means that you want to marry me and you want to have my babies. Because I feel like a lot of men hear I love you and they jump 10 steps.
Yeah,
And it's really just one step.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Selena?
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that women do wait for the man to say it first just because of that. It puts fear in a guy. Oh my gosh, where is this going? This is too fast. Hold on. So I feel like we do wait. Let's see if he's going to say it. Because I probably do feel that way. But does he? I don't know. So we're going to wait on you.
So what if he never says it? What if it's 9 months and he never says it?
Then that's definitely a discussion that should be had. Because if you are feeling I totally, truly am, I have love for you and I'm in love with you, why haven't you said anything to me, that shows that you feel the same way, then for sure have that conversation. And if his, response is shitty and you don't, it's not what you wanted to hear, then you need to handle what you need to handle. But I feel like it's a discussion that needs to be had when it's the right time. Obviously not 2 months in. So
Yeah, I feel like it's a discussion, and if you're not getting the answer
For
that
sure.
you wanted, then it's over. And even if there's an argument about it, then that is an answer.
yeah.
And then I think you need to have the conversation of what made him wait until you had that conversation in order to say this, and
Yeah.
then why you were waiting too.
For
You
sure.
need to be honest and upfront about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last relationship, I never said I love you after 9 months.
Really?
Yeah, I did. But it was just a writing on the wall too. It's like if I wouldn't say it, then there's a problem, right? Like I'm not in love with you, and maybe I'm just here and it's just comfortable, right?
Will you share if she ever said that
She never said it, but I think she was waiting. I think she was just like you guys. I think she was waiting for me to say it.
For sure.
Or maybe she was didn't want to scare me away too. But at 9 months, kind of.
Would it have scared you away?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Probably. Yeah. I would have been like, I gotta go.
I would have gotten an immediate phone call right afterwards.
I would have.
Yeah.
You know what she just said?
And then it'd be me like going, oh my gosh, and then texting my sister and telling her about it.
Yeah. And you know, it's so love is so difficult because you don't know when to say I love you. And, you know, there's no, like, for your relationships, have they been, 6 months in, a year in, 2 years?
My longest relationship?
Well, like, when they say I love you.
It was like 6 months in when he said it, and then I said it. So,
Yeah.
And I feel like for every relationship that I've had that's been said, I love you has been said, it was at least 6 months in. So,
But who does it?
The guy.
Oh, the guy.
The guy did it first.
Gotcha.
And I was
Okay.
like, okay, we're here.
Yay.
So, okay. I think we have learned something today about this, right?
Yeah.
So women wait. And men, I think if you're in a relationship and you can't even say it, then you have to go.
And you know what I really appreciate when a woman waits to put out until the man says it.
Like what? Is that true?
I may or may not have known people
Wait a second. So you're
that
saying,
have done that.
You're saying in order to have sex with somebody, the man should say I love you
I'm not
before.
forced to say it, but I have known people that will wait until I love you is being said before.
Like during sex?
No. But they'll
No.
say they'll wait for I love you to be said before they decide that they're ready for intercourse.
All right, Selena, what do you say about this?
I'm just saying I've known people.
I mean, I have two though, and
Okay.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I
But do you
do.
love somebody first before you have sex with somebody?
Yeah.
You do? You,
I have to.
Honestly, yes. I have to have like some
Connection, right?
connection with you.
but not love necessarily. Maybe you feel like it's getting there. It's
Yes.
gonna get there.
Yeah. Okay. That. Yeah.
But yes, it doesn't have to be like 100% love,
Yeah,
but it
it
can be like
doesn't-
60% like love and like 40% like affection.
Yeah, for sure.
But we know the average time someone has sex with, or a couple has sex, is like the third date, right? On average.
On average,
On
average couples.
Average couples that are dating, they have sex on the third date.
And again, we're talking about like the exceptions to the rule.
Oh, you too?
Yes, us too. We are the exception to the rule.
oh, you too. Sure.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people are more open to that, right? Having sex without loving somebody, and some people are
Oh,
not.
for sure.
It's just
and there's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is for men and women. I have heard from both my guy friends and girlfriends that whenever they meet somebody who is like actually wanting to wait for that, they respect that person so much more. And they're like, oh my gosh, I really want to be with this person. And obviously when it's given like pretty soon, they lose interest. They're just like, well,
yeah, dudes will wait.
Why
We'll
buy
wait.
the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
so no, it's not just us.
Okay, that was good. Okay, so we have a new friend here. Her name is
Yes, we
Selena.
do.
And she's a native
Yes.
Dallas Texan. She what else? What else do we know about you? You went to TCU.
I did. Went to TCU.
Horned Frogs, right?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs. But you were born and raised in Keller, you said, when we first spoke. So when you were like in high school, were you dating a lot or a little bit or?
Not a lot. I actually didn't date a single person at my high school.
Really?
Not one.
Yeah.
I had like a few guys and I was like, oh, he's cute. Okay, he's cute. But I dated one guy and he didn't even go to my high school. He
Oh.
was in college when we started dating. And I was 17, I believe. And he was already in college, and didn't date anybody at my high school.
Oh, wow. So that wasn't serious.
So just like no one interested. Well, you said you were attracted to people, right? But no one like truly interested you, I guess.
No one interested me, and honestly, I was so focused on school, and I was really focused on my dance. I've been dancing since I was like 6.
Okay.
So
What kind of dance?
Like jazz, ballet, hip hop, a little bit of everything.
Bachata,
Because
salsa.
Zorric loves Latin dancing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Zorric loves it.
Oh yeah.
Is he good at it? No.
Oh, but
he loves it though.
But
He
I
is
will
there
try.
for it. He will try.
If
I
someone
love it.
He
said
will let you lead because
Oh
he
my
doesn't know how to
gosh.
lead.
no, I will lead. I will watch all the YouTube videos before we go dancing, and I will kick some
I'm
ass.
impressed. That's awesome.
Come on
Good
now.
for you.
I have all these skills that Emma.
We just need to go dancing.
For sure.
You have all these
We're gonna
skills
go-
that obviously you haven't
We're
showed
going
me
to
on the
we're going to
dance
bar,
floor.
then we're
so-
going
Going to
salsa.
Pure Bar, and then we're gonna go dance.
So you've been dancing for a long time, it seems. So
very
you
long
were
time.
you were not Emma. Unlike Emma, Emma was like so interested in guys when she was in high school.
Totally.
She could not even stop.
Totally.
I technically did have like boy band posters on my wall though.
Oh my gosh, I did too. But honestly, I just was not like, I saw the boys, because obviously boys,
Yeah.
right? They were boys, and I just wasn't interested. I was like, gosh, these little boys.
So were you interested in women?
No,
No,
Just-
I'm just checking.
definitely interested in boys.
Okay,
but
I'm just clarifying.
they were
okay?
just so immature, and I just was like, I'm not into this. Like,
I mean, if you went to Color High, then I totally see it.
Oh.
You know?
I actually went to Haltom High.
Oh.
Yes, I went to
then you,
Haltom.
then they're like bad boys there.
Yeah, like I
but
just.
she likes bad boys.
They were bad boys,
Yeah.
and I just wasn't into it. I was like, guys, I'm busy.
Hmm.
Like, I don't have time for this. So yeah, I ended up meeting one guy, didn't even go to high school with me. He was already in college. We started dating for a really long time. We actually broke up when I was like 20, 21.
Oh.
So
So
we dated for a while.
How did y'all
2
meet
years?
then?
Through church. So
Oh,
We
okay.
were like mutual friends, and we like dated for a really long time, but just like, as you know, you're just
Right.
a different person from like a teenager to when you're 20.
For sure.
I just saw that, and we were just kind of growing apart, and he wanted to do other things, and I was like, that's great. I just want to do other things too, so I
Yeah.
don't think this is gonna work. So
Okay, so you were at TCU when you guys broke up?
yes,
Okay, so what's after that? Did you date anybody else?
I did. I dated a lot.
Oh boy! Oh boy! So they were people. It's a big school too. It's like
Yeah, it's a big school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you meet everyone or men? Just
Through school, I went to TCU with a few of them. And we just went on like casual dates, and it never got weird because it obviously didn't work out. It just, we knew like, oh yeah, we're just friends. So I wasn't interested. We all just ended up being friends.
yeah.
I say like that's like a plethora of men, but there was like a few, not that many.
Okay,
It was
and
probably like 4 or 5.
What
in
were you not
college.
seeing or finding?
Again, just the immaturity.
Okay.
I was just like, I'm not.
Well, what kind of
interested.
maturity are you looking for? Like
Are you asking for yourself right now?
I mean, I'm a silver fox, sort of. I'm just trying to help the silver foxes out there. But what do you mean?
In order to be a silver fox, you have to have gray
I
hair.
have gray in my beard when it grows out. I can grow out a beard, unlike some people.
I can't.
I'm okay not growing a beard, actually. 100% okay with that.
Okay, so continue. She keeps,
No, you're fine. What did I say? The last thing I
Oh,
said was
meeting guys. So,
yeah.
what were you looking for? So maturity was something that was not.
maturity, and I just knew. I was like, these boys they don't want anything serious right now, which is fine. So why? Why am I going to waste my time? So nothing serious out of my guy friends that like I went on a few dates with in college. And then when I graduated is when I started like seriously dating a little bit. And I actually dated one guy for like a year, and he was also older than me. I think I was 22 at the time, and he was 27. And he was pretty mature. It just didn't work out.
Okay.
So
But you guys stayed together for a year, though. There was something there that kind of kept you together, right?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think I got to a point where I was just like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a boyfriend in a long time. Like, I'm not letting anybody in. Like, maybe I should just give someone a chance.
So a little bit of like self-reflection on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And honestly, like when I look back on it, nothing against him, but I definitely like settled because I was like, I have to, I feel like I should just give someone a chance. And I kind of skipped all the red flags thinking like, oh, this is going to get better. And it unfortunately never did.
It never did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So red flags are there for a reason.
For sure.
Well, sometimes you feel it in your gut that it's not right, like early on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I did, and I ignored it because, again, I had thought to myself, well, maybe something's wrong with me. Like, maybe I'm just not, maybe I'm being way too picky. My standards are way too high, like something.
Yeah.
So I gave it a shot, and it just wasn't working.
So who broke up with who? Like,
I broke up with him.
Good for you.
How did you do that?
I...
Oh,
my
goodness.
So what happened? So
crying.
You know what? A lot of people think that like I'm the dramatic one, but it's really him.
I love it. It's so funny.
So if I'm
it.
your ex-boyfriend, you came to me and you're like, bye.
Don't make her cry, Zorric.
First of all, no, I'm not crying.
Not right now.
So honestly, I just so it's funny how it happened. I was at brunch with my parents. And my dad was like, so what are you doing? And first of all, everyone calls me Sel. So he was like, Sel,
Can we call you Sel, right? Can we call you Sel?
Yes, of course.
Okay, we're friends now.
Of course. So he was like, Sel, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you're wasting your time with this guy. Like, you guys are not going to end up together. I don't know what you're waiting for, but you're literally, you're not going to be with him. And I was just like, oh my God, you're so right. And I asked him, I was like, why do you think that? And he was kind of pointing out certain things that I already had
So
seen.
they've met,
they had already met.
That's pretty serious though.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty serious. So that's why he had met my whole family. And so my dad was really honest with me and I took that into consideration and I was like, okay, you're right. I am wasting my time. So I reached out to him that same day and I was like, we need to talk. And I was like, I respect you. I wish you the best. And unfortunately, this isn't where I think it needs to be by now. And that's totally fine. But let's not waste each other's time. So it was so like great, like having you in my life for the past year. Like, thanks for letting me meet your family. They're awesome. But I definitely can't do this anymore. So we broke up, and I never talked to him again.
That's a pretty good. So, did you cry? Or were you emotional?
I mean, yeah, I definitely cried. I remember I cried for like a solid week, and then I was good.
Oh my! Wow.
But I think that it's just because it's like you're, I've said this, like breakups, you are grieving in that process.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a true grieving.
It feels like such a, like you feel like a failure. You're like, oh my God, what did I do? And you start to just kind of like reflect on yourself and think that there's things wrong with yourself, but unfortunately some things just don't work out, and that's with everything, with work, with friends, with relationships, with family members sometimes, and that's just the way it is. And
that's so different because when I broke up with somebody recently, I'm worried about the other person and hurting the other person. I don't care about myself, so it's kind of like different, like a different dichotomy, right? Whereas Emma, she's
Am I heartless?
Ruthless.
Let's play this song by Kanye. Anyways,
that?
Kanye.
I don't know who that is.
No, she loves Kardashians. That's why.
I don't know who they are either.
So that was your most recent relationship.
My last actual relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you've just been kind of
now I've
perusing.
just kind of been dating.
Yeah.
And the most recent one that I was like dating.
Yeah.
We weren't together, but we dated for a while. That just
like non-exclusive, right? Just kind of hanging out.
Not exclusive, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Going to dinner, getting drinks. Met his friends. He met some of mine, but it was just, obviously didn't work out.
Wasn't going anywhere, it seems.
Yeah, no.
So throughout all this dating, do you have like a bad like dating story or worst date story?
Oh my gosh, I definitely do.
All right, let's hear it.
I am on Hinge for those of you on Hinge. So this was when I first had, started my Hinge like profile. I was on it for like 2 weeks, and it was when I first moved to Dallas. So it was last year. So I moved to Dallas officially last October. So it's been a year. I met this guy on Hinge, and we had just been texting, and like immediately, we like matched, started texting.
Texting on your phone or like texting on your...
No, like we were like texting, like on my phone, not on the app. And then a week later, we met up in Uptown, actually, for those of you in Dallas.
Half of our listeners. Yeah.
We met up in Uptown at Bowen House.
Good spot. Whose idea was that? Whose idea was that?
This was my idea.
Oh my gosh, you like run the show. It's easy to date you because I'm like, where do you want to go? And then you just kind of...
I love Bowen House. Yeah, he asked me, like, where should we go? I was like, let's go to Bowen House. It's so cute.
That's such a shitty move, though, guys. Like, take control, lead the date. That's what I say.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Don't let her lead you guys. Come on.
I do agree with this too.
I agree. Like, if you tell me, like, hey, we should hang out Saturday, let's go here, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
But he asked me, where should we go? And I told him we should go to Bowen House. So we go. We're having a great time. We're just like having conversation at the bar, and literally like 45 minutes in, and I made the mistake of leaving my purse at the bar, and I walked away to go to the bathroom.
Holy shit.
And I know, big mistake, red flags.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom, and I was gone for like 2 minutes, and I come back, and I hear someone, Bowen House is tiny, right? It's teensy. It's a literal house. So I just like, I'm turning the corner, and I hear someone yelling, like like a girl is like screaming at someone. And I was like, what is going on over there? So then I like turn around, like I turn the corner, and I see this girl yelling at him. And she's like, how dare you do this shit to me? Like, we're...
Oh, my God.
That's not where I was expecting it to go. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
And she's, like, crying. She's literally in tears. And she's like, how dare you do this shit to me? Like, we're not broken up. Like, yeah, she was like, we never called off the engagement.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Worse.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I'm crying. Okay, so she's like literally yelling at him. The bartender obviously saw me with him, so the bartender like, looks over at me, and he's like, "Hey, babe, do you want me to grab your bag for you?"
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed." And I was like, "No. It's fine. I'm going to be a grown up and just grab it myself."
I would have been like, bartender, you better go get my purse, dude. Yep.
I should have. So, no, I like,
oh my gosh.
I like sneak over. And obviously they're in a literal fight at the bar. He's like, why are you doing this? This is so embarrassing. Like, go home. Like, yelling at her, and she's
oh my gosh. Okay.
So I go over there, and I'm like, excuse me, and I just like reach over and grab my bag, and she turns to me, and she was like, tell me the truth, how long have you guys been seeing each other? Like, crying.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, hey, woman to woman, I promise you, I literally just met this guy. Like, I've never, like, I think you're thinking the worst right now. I've never hooked up with him. Like, we've never even made out. Like, we've never even held hands. Like, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I met him on Hinge, and I'm going to leave that there. You guys do whatever you want with that information.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to go. I'm so sorry. And I walked out, and I literally walked all the way down the street. I didn't want to call an Uber outside of Bowen because I was so embarrassed. So I just kept walking. And then I finally called an Uber and left. And then that guy sent me like a novel apologizing. He was like,
what?
I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking embarrassed. And I just want you to know, like, we're not together. And he obviously knew where I worked. So where I work. So he sent me flowers.
What?
Like, apologizing. Like, he was so apologetic. And then I, he sends me flowers. And I finally replied to his novel that he had texted me. And I said, hey, no hard feelings, no worries. I really hope you guys figure your shit out. Like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's really embarrassing, but I don't want anything to do with this or with you.
Oh, no. Good for you. And I want to know what happened.
With them?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, man.
So did you do any kind of forensics before you met this guy?
No.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to.
I had
You have
never
to.
been on a dating app before.
Oh.
So Hinge was my first official dating app. And honestly, I'm a fan. I think it's a cute app. I love the little questions that you get to put on your profile. Like, gives like everybody a piece of your personality. But no, I had not done my research.
Yeah.
And his Instagram wasn't connected to, you know how you can like connect your Insta to your app, and it wasn't connected. So yeah, I didn't do my research.
Yeah. So note to self,
Yep.
sell.
Yes.
You got to look everybody up. Definitely, like
For sure. Lesson learned.
lesson learned.
That was my worst.
So how did you guys go from Hinge to your phone? Did he just say, "What's your number," or did you ask him?
He said, hey, I never check this. Is it cool if we just text?
Oh, that's such a good line.
Oh, for sure.
such a good
I was
one.
like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like,
Got
me
her.
either.
Got
I
her.
was like, me either. Let's text. So
Yeah.
I sent him my number, and that's how we started texting. Yeah, did not do my research, for sure. Lesson learned. That was my worst date, like on a dating app.
That is probably the worst date we've ever heard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
I feel like you should have a trophy right
I
now.
forgot.
Thanks,
We
guys.
should buy some trophies
Yeah.
and send it to the cell. So
Yes.
that was a pretty good one.
It was pretty bad. It
Yeah.
was pretty bad. Yeah. I was embarrassed.
I'm really glad you waited to tell us until we were recording.
I know. I was like, I'm not going to talk about it here
You're
around
like,
this island.
You're like, I can't wait for your reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted your reaction.
Ooh.
That's everyone's reaction. Everyone's like, what? You're joking. No, I'm not. I wish I was.
That was so good.
Oh
That was
my
so good.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So bad.
So what about the other dates? Any are they just normal, or things that you guys you met that you didn't really feel anything for?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, everything has been pretty normal. I just wasn't interested. Like, they've all been great guys. Super chill, really awesome, funny, sarcastic, have great jobs, but I'm just not interested. Like, something is always like there that I'm like, okay, I didn't like that. Or,
Maybe are you ready to like date somebody, or are you kind of just still checking out the field?
I think that I am ready. I just haven't found somebody that's like started that spark for me. And my dad's always told me he's completely in love with my mom. And he says that, from the first moment that I met your mom, I was so in love with her. And I just knew, like, I want to marry this woman.
Oh.
And he still feels that way. Like, on Sunday was their 34th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And he tells me, don't waste anyone's time and don't waste your time. Like, find somebody that you're completely obsessed with, and vice versa. Because that obsession, that healthy obsession for your person, has to be there for years. Like, you're going to be with this person forever.
Right.
So I just haven't found that person. And I've found really great guys, and some of them have even turned into friends.
Yeah.
But they're just not, like, it's just not there for me, where I'm like, yeah, I want to be with you. Like, let's see where this goes. So
I think we should have her dad on the podcast. He seems very
Yes.
delightful.
he's amazing. Oh my gosh, everyone loves my dad. He's hilarious, but he gives the best advice. He's very honest, so I always appreciate it. My sisters got married very young, so I was like the single sister. I still am, clearly. And I think
Older or younger?
older. One is 35 and the other one is 29, and I'm 25. And my little brother, I have a little brother, he's 12.
Okay, not married,
Oh.
obviously.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Too early
Yeah.
for
Oh
him.
God, no. Not yet. So, but
Jeez,
he gives me all the advice because I'm the single child.
We have so much to talk to you about, but
I'm here for it.
Okay. We need like part 2, part 3 for
sure.
Selena. But so are you at the gym a lot? Are you at your barre
Bar.
bar?
Bar.
Bar.
Pure bar.
So if a guy walks into Pure Bar.
Mm-hmm.
A
Bar.
straight guy?
Let's just say a man.
Okay.
A man.
Okay.
He walks in. Like you're sitting here. He walks through that door. What's the first thing you notice about the guy?
At bar?
At bar?
Well, okay. A gym. Let's say LA Fitness.
I'm like, at bar,
Equinox.
the first thing I look at, let me see if he's married.
Oh, the ring.
And he probably is.
Yeah. His tights.
Because Pure Bar for sure. If a man, which is totally fine if you're a single guy and you go to bar, totally fine. But for the most part, they're men who are married. They're dating someone there or something, but they're not usually ever alone.
So it's not a single spot. So I should not go there, guys.
I mean, you
Is
could
that
go
true?
with me. But I wouldn't go by yourself. I mean, if you did,
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Actually, I would really love for you to go to bar by
Okay.
yourself.
But you have to go, Selena.
No,
mean-
Selena can't go
Okay.
with you.
No. I don't-
Selena's busy whatever day.
Selena's busy.
No, I'm not going.
She makes my schedule. She said I'm busy.
She is your agent. She is your manager now.
Oh my gosh. So for example, I also go to Core Power. Love Core Power. The
Are there
yoga
guys there
studio.
too?
Oh my God. So many guys.
Okay, calm down.
So that's where I need to go.
Yes.
So many men.
Oh.
The first thing I notice is truly, honestly, what I notice first is what he's wearing. And
What do you mean? Like, is it?
And then like what
shorts?
body feature like are you noticing?
I definitely notice their arms. Like, how big are your arms? Like, I need
So
somebody to like be able to lift me.
And then do you look at their legs to make
I
sure
do.
they don't skip
I
leg
do.
day?
I'm like, let's make sure. Like, I don't need someone who's jacked. Like, that's not my style. I prefer like a leaner guy. But I for sure like would, muscles are nice. I work out. Like, let's be same. Like,
So,
not
yeah.
same, but kind of.
Yeah.
What if he's just like a regular guy? He's like an attorney. He doesn't work out. I mean, no muscles there,
But he goes to core power.
but he goes to Core Power.
Oh, that's total. You know what's funny? Did you go with me? Did you meet the guy that I met?
No.
Because I met an attorney at Core.
What's
I was
his
like,
name?
were you there?
Were you like spying on me?
Did you go
Maybe.
through my text messages?
Maybe I did.
I did. I met one, and he was very lean. Like, no, like honestly, hardly any like muscle in his like.
That sounds so
arms.
sad. But go ahead.
But he was pretty, like, super tall, like
Yeah.
6'4".
Oh, okay.
Very, very lean. And very attractive. And honestly, the first thing I noticed on him was his smile. He had a beautiful smile, like beautiful teeth. I was like, oh my God, smile one more time,
Yeah.
please.
Really nice teeth like.
Yes.
Get it, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So for Selena, it just doesn't matter. She doesn't have like a body part that you kind of look at first. The arms, I guess you were saying.
Yeah,
Right?
arms are nice.
Yeah.
Arms are nice.
So I guess you met him at the gym, right? So how did that happen? I guess it's okay. It's acceptable for you.
Oh, for
if
sure.
a man talks to you at a gym.
Yes.
Like, how did he start that? Did he just say,
So
hey?
class ended,
Uh-huh.
and we were actually like, our mats were set up like really close to each other.
He planned that.
Oh, totally. Like, I saw there was tons of fucking space.
You're like, get away.
And he just like rolled his shit out like right next to mine. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Great. So, and he hadn't ever taken the class we were about to take, which was sculpt, which is insane. Like, it's pretty intense. And after, like, I saw him dying, and like he was struggling, but he was doing great. He was like pushing through. And after class, he approached me and was like, that was brutal. I'm assuming you do this often. Like, he just started a conversation.
Gosh, this guy's smooth.
I know.
Jeez.
And I was like, I started laughing, and I was like, I think you did great. And he was like, oh, you're just being nice. And I was like, no, you did great. And then he asked me my name. And I was like, yeah, I'm Selena. And he was like, oh, that's a beautiful name. And then he asked me, do you want to go grab a smoothie or something to eat? And I thought that was really sweet. I was like, actually, I would love to. Like, that's a perfect date. Like, let's do that. So we actually went to Whole Foods, and we got a salad.
Oh, wow.
And we got a salad and like a kombucha, like something super
Yeah.
millennial. And
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, we just had dinner together at Whole Foods in Uptown, and it was really cute. And he was very nice. He's 35.
Okay.
And
10 years older than you. Is that?
Yeah,
that's a
typical.
Lot. Oh, it's typical.
Honestly, that's usually like I don't think I've dated anybody younger than 33.
Because you talk about maturity. So most of us are mature at 33, I hope.
Most of us.
Yeah. So what if you were just not into this guy and he asked you the same thing? What would you say? Just like, how would you like kind of decline him or tell him no?
And he asked me.
Same thing. You just weren't into him.
I would just say like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for offering. I actually can't tonight, but maybe we should go another time. Do you come to class all the time? We'll go next time you're here. And if he was like, no, I don't, can I get your number? I mean, I'd give him my number. I don't think that's a big deal, but yeah, I feel like the first rejection is a solid, like, not interested.
Oh, guys, some of us, not me, obviously, but they just keep, they're persistent sometimes, right?
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I was like interested, I would have been like, yes, like the first moment. I mean, we were both so sweaty. If I wasn't, I'd have been like, no, oh my God, no. But like, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm sweaty.
Right.
So clearly you are interested if you're like, yeah, I know I'm really sweaty right now, but do you want to go grab something like to eat real quick? So,
yeah. It depends if you smell, right?
I mean, that's, yeah.
If I was trying to approach you and you smelled a little bit, I probably would turn around. Maybe.
I smell like flowers.
Oh, all the time. Is that true? Is that true?
I think all the time.
I kind of believe
like an
it
angel.
right now.
I smell like an angel always.
So let's say you were dating this guy at Core Power for like 6 months, and you guys break up. Do you stay at the gym, or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally would.
Yeah.
I think, if you make it weird, it's going to be weird. If you're super
So
chill
deep.
about it, it's not going to be weird. It's just going to be like, it just didn't work. It's not that serious, like it's not like we're going through a divorce. It's just we were dating and it just didn't work out for us. So don't make it weird. And it won't be weird.
Yeah. Couple more questions. So what if the guy was totally obsessed with the gym, like every day? Some guys are just into the protein shakes every day. They're watching YouTube videos.
Like jacked.
Jacked. Could you date a guy that's 100%, 24/7 working out? That's his thing.
I mean, yes and no. So I go to the gym, or I go to Pure Barre literally every day, sometimes twice a day. And I try to switch it up. I'll go to Core Power too. So I don't think it's a bad thing that you go to the gym often. But the whole, like, all of the supplements and, like, I just want to be jacked as fuck, like, is not my style.
Yeah. Or you just want a balance. I want a balance.
Right. Yes. It's important to just, know that this is a part of life. I have to stay healthy and I want to be healthy, but let's not be excessive.
Yeah.
Like, being the biggest person in the room is not that cool.
No. And it doesn't pay the bills. I mean, you can make some money.
Unless you're Jason Momoa.
Yeah, unless you're like that. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for an hour. This is what always happens.
I know.
So Selena, first of all, you need to come back.
I'd love to.
Yes, please.
And we're going Pure Barre.
Yes.
Yes.
Separately, though.
Separately.
But you have to be our chaperon because
I will totally be there with
I'm
you
not
guys.
going by myself without you two. One of you two
I'm not
is
going
on
I
the
will
hook.
totally be there.
Okay.
I promise.
So a couple
Yeah.
weeks, we'll do it, and then I'll report back to everyone.
Great.
Yes.
And then, so you have to go to Barry's. Have you been to Barry's?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm always down
You-
for a workout.
You've
Like
been to Barry's, so.
working out, eating healthy. That's my thing. That's my vibe.
Okay.
I belong in San Diego.
You do.
I do.
You should go.
Yeah.
So we have an agenda. We're going to Pure Barre.
Yes.
You might go to Barry's if you want to.
Yes.
And then you'll record sometime in the future with us.
I'll just come have drinks with y'all.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, she'll come after.
We'll call call you for mimosas after.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We'll do brunch.
I'm okay with that.
Bears in the morning, then brunch.
There
and
we
then,
go.
There you go.
Perfect.
So
thank you so much for having me, guys. It's
Yeah.
been amazing.
great. So what
Can we
did you
share the fun fact about you, though?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much that we know about her that
I
we haven't talked
know.
about. Go ahead, Emma.
You auditioned for something.
I did. I auditioned for Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders 2 years ago, and I made it to semifinals. And yeah, I mean, it was an awesome experience.
Very cool.
I met really awesome women. Like, everybody was so amazing. You'd think it's super competitive, which it is, but you would think everyone would be really catty and just kind of like in their own zone and don't talk to me. But everyone is so kind and motivating that it's just the best like community. So it was an awesome like sisterhood to be a part of. So
That's so cool.
Good. That's interesting. It's great to have some like ambition. Are you going to try again sometime, or what do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
that I'm definitely past that goal. I don't want to do that again. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just that was like my focus for a while. I was like, I really want to do this, and then I feel like my goals have kind of shifted. I will always love dance. Like one day when I do have kids, I want one of my girls to be in dance. So
That's cool. Just real quick, one more question. How did you find Pure Barre?
oh my gosh, this is interesting. I found Pure Barre Fort Worth first. I used to lift weights, had a personal trainer, and then a couple of years ago, I was really sick. My hair was falling out, and I got really skinny, so tiny, like it was crazy. And I was, not to get TMI, but I was having a lot of like bleeding and like all the time. And I didn't know what was going on, and I thought it was my birth control. So I didn't worry. I didn't want to be negative, and I didn't say anything. And then one day, it was really bad, like the amount that I was, having. So I told my mom, and she was like, that's not normal. So let's go to the doctor. We went to a specialist, and they found a very large, like a grapefruit sized tumor.
Whoa.
And it was in my uterus. And they said, we won't know if it's cancer until we remove it.
Wow.
But since you've lost so much weight, and your skin looks really like you look sick, like you don't look like yourself. And they said, we don't want to be negative, but it doesn't look good, so we're gonna have to have surgery, test the tumor, and then we'll go from there. So I basically had like a C-section, and they removed the tumor, and I was on bed rest for like 12 weeks, couldn't walk. And after that, I was given the green light to work out again, and I couldn't lift weights anymore. They were like, that's not safe. Yeah. So one of my best friends, Aisha, she had been taking Pure Barre for a while. So she told me about it, and I tried it in first class, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community, the inspiration in the room, and just how I felt after. It just felt like, okay, everything is always going to be okay. And I went through this like crazy, scary story of like, oh my gosh, I thought I had cancer. And that was okay. So being in that room, like in that moment, made me feel so calm and just like, okay, this is like my getaway. So I just never stopped going. And that's how I found Pure Barre.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're going, but do we have to wear tights or something, or is it like?
I mean, no, not really.
That's why I'm not going with you.
Oh.
You can wear shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, like shorts and like a random top.
Okay.
Don't wear a crop top.
Maybe you should dress me, because you're saying that like.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I mean, I could.
Yes, maybe. Anyways, so what did you learn from Selena today, Emma? Dress me as in, we pick
I
out
just appreciate
clothes.
like how very laid back and open-minded you are about a lot of things, because I am not. I am not laid back,
Nope.
nor open-minded. So it's nice and refreshing.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
I learned that I really think Selena like really dictates like the pace with relationships, and so I really commend you for that, because you know what you want, I feel like.
I do.
So, and one thing about Emma is she loves to eat sausage.
Loves to eat sausage.
Yeah, she said that.
She's going to Pure Barre.
With sausages in her hands.
We're going to
hands.
smell like salami. It's great.
Oh, we
Okay,
should.
You're not welcome.
Wait a second.
No.
Okay, fine. All right, everyone. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank
Emma,
you so much for having me, guys.
Of course.
Do you have anything else? Any other words to say before we?
I think you guys are amazing. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. This has been so fun. Thank you.
I love validation.
Oh God. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.